So, good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. And I'm going to keep this as brief as I can just to give you instructions on what we need to do today. Portfolio 2 class. And the class today, we're replacing our presentations for assignment 21-21-08. So, instead of doing the presentations, you're going to create a portfolio PDF and also complete the what next questions that are at the bottom of this sheet. There's a bunch of questions down at the bottom there. And so in this class, you'll have two tasks to complete: creating a PDF portfolio to specification and completing the questions below. Once complete, upload your work to Blackboard and deliver by the end of class today. That's the goal. If there's a problem with that, please get in touch with me and let me know. Email is the best way to contact me, and you all know my email address, and there it is. The worksheet gives instructions stage by stage of what we need to do to create the portfolio PDF. The questions are pretty self-explanatory, and it's a way to figure out what you're going to do with your portfolio. So simple questions, what specialty areas are you most interested in? Who would be your ideal question? How can you make contact with this person? And what type of location would you expect to present your portfolio, and how would you introduce yourself, and what would you say in your presentation? What are the most important things to communicate? Well, will you do the job? Will you fit in? And can you do the job is always a kind of go-to start point for that. So you could think about those three things. All right, what we're going to do is create, and here's an example, a PDF portfolio. This is the kind of thing that I'm hoping we're going to be able to create today. These photographs were taken at a food throwdown competition that I went and photographed last year. It was an amazing event, charity event. But this is basically what we want you to create, a PDF portfolio with a series of images that can scroll in the way that we're looking at here. This is going to be done in Photoshop, and as I say, you've got full instructions here on how to do that. Have your images selected and numbered so they run in the correct order. Your folders with your portfolio images should already be in that format, so we should be okay with that. Create a cover image, and this I want you to do in Photoshop. Nothing new in terms of what I'm asking you to do. This is just the photographs that I'll be using in Bridge. We've just looked at that. And so what I want you to do is create some kind of cover image for your portfolio like this. So quick demo on that. File, new, not open. That was the wrong thing to hit. File, new, and standard file we're going to create. Let me see. Let's do this in inches. The width, 11. The height, 8.5. The PPI, 300. And I'm going to hit create on that. And there's my box. I've got the rulers switched on. Remember, you can turn your rulers on and off. Let me see. Down here. Turn them off. I don't see my rulers anymore. Turn them on. And this allows me to pull some grid lines across. And for this, I'm just going to create a center grid line for text. And go to the text tool. I've got my center text tab hit. So if I hit the middle of that line, as I start writing my lines, it should all work very neatly. Okay, I've just done that on one block, but I'm going to resize the text, and let's start with that. Thinking about the telephone number right at the bottom. That's going to be too small. 30 point. It's probably going to work. Bear with me. Let's get my name looking bigger. And portfolio. I'm going to take that much bigger. And then I'd say with the text, maybe the word portfolio, put a fancy text on that, but I wouldn't do it with the rest of the text that you have there. So I'm just going to reposition that. My text at the moment is coming out in gray, and I think what I might do is change my name and the telephone numbers to a black so they stand out. And then the background color, if I go to the layers palette, I can change that. Let me see, let's go for a really light gray there. This is the paint bucket tool. Oh, actually, I need to do that first, no wonder. Let's try this again. You know what, I really don't like that, so let's just revert back to a white background this time. I know it's slightly different from what I showed on the preview, but you can be creative in the way that you play around with this. I'm going to add a drop shadow just to the word portfolio. Well, we'll see. You can't see this right at the moment. I can't adjust this for you, but I'm just at the bottom here, FX and drop shadow. This is the window that shows up, and my normal kind of default for starting on this 120 angle. We'll start with the opacity set at 50%, and I've got on this 25 pixels distance, spread, and size, and a little preview over here shows you what that's going to look like. Hit OK. And you know what, I really don't like what I've got going on here. I'm going to kind of just move forward. I don't particularly like the look of this right now, but for the purposes of the demonstration, I'm just going to carry on. So I'm going to save that now. And if I save it in the file with my other images, if I name it 001, it should stack right at the top of your pile. I'm just going to call that cover page. I'm going to convert it to a JPEG. That will flatten all that image immediately and make sure that it's in the correct folder. I'm just going to hit save down here. 10 is going to be fine on that. Okay. So I've got my cover page made, and don't want to save that. Actually, I prefer that one, and that's what I had on the presentation that I showed you a moment ago, and I may well kind of use that again. Well, let's have a look. I just want to double check that I've got the images in the correct folder. So give me a second. Feedback images. And throw down selection. This should be your portfolio, and that's my portfolio cover image. I will use the one that I made before, but I've got all the images that I want to be in this selection ready in a folder, and I know where that folder actually is. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, so Starting the next stage on our list here. It's going to tell me how to do this. In Photoshop, use the drop-down menu, File, Automate PDF Presentation. I'm just going to run through in Photoshop and hopefully we'll be able to get this squared away for you. So File, Automate PDF Presentation. This is my box. Source files, I'm going to File, hit Browse and find my images. So I've highlighted all of the images and you can see down here open, and they're all open in the box. Here in my output options, presentation, I've not checked this, I've checked presentation. I don't have any of these boxes checked, so they're all unchecked. I've got advanced every 2 seconds. That shouldn't be too much of a problem for what we're trying to do, but this is important that I do want you to have uncovered down, and it's just out of view on here, but if you keep going just a little further down, you're going to find that there's a box that says uncovered down, and that's the one that I want you to check. We're going to hit save, and we can save it in the normal way we would any file. 212108, and it's in the right place. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to have another box open up. Right at the top here, it's probably going to give me highest quality first off. Smallest file size is what we want for this. This is how it's going to be viewed, and we want to check the box optimize for fast web preview. Once you've done that, hit save PDF. It's out of view right at the bottom. Sorry about that, but it's going to create the PDF. Sorry, that's me checking the box. Me checking the box again. Okay, so this is what we've created, and let's open that and see if I can shrink that to size so that you guys can see it in the window for this video. Give me a second. With the viewing, I need to change to single page, and once I've done that, I can scroll through and see the portfolio. That is it. So complete that, upload that onto Blackboard, complete the worksheet, upload that onto Blackboard as well, and we're good to go. All right, stay safe everyone, and hopefully we'll be back in the classroom soon.